Oh, we are in for a heck of a night. Hope everyone is having a good Thursday evening. I know the Leafs are probably on the ice right now, and I apologize as I right off the bat, Steve, and anyone else who is watching the game, and we are cutting into your hockey time. I apologize, but we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. So if you don't get to see it in its live format, in its entirety, you can go back to our Cooking with CFN Facebook page, as well as our main page or Scotty's Outdoors YouTube. But Cameron Tait is just backstage. He's going to be with us putting on yet another fantastic and delicious display with yet another creation that he's come up with, Cooking with Cameron. We are lucky to be CFN and have Cameron with us to do that. And Stuart Brown from Bait to Go Outdoor Flavors is going to be here to announce what the CFN Cook-Off is going to look like and how you can enter and how you can get involved, participate, and possibly win some really cool prizes. TNT Thursday, baby. Absolutely, Steve. Corey San's in the house. How you doing, Tony? Martine, nice to see you. I have to ask, Martine, up your way, somebody said something about snow. Please tell me it wasn't snowing up in your neck of the woods, because I do hear that weather is changing all across Canada, and it's beginning to look a little bit more like winter than it is spring or summer. Larry Snyder's in the house. Barry Trache, how you doing, my friend? Yeah, baby. You're right, Tony. This is, I'm telling you, you know what? I got a big enough frame. You guys should see this and what it looks like if you've got a belly or minus the belly or whatever, but as I said, these things are something else. They are currently available, and we are doing a promotion for both the CFN jersey as well as the inaugural CFN Signature Series hoodie. Anybody who buys one, whether it be a jersey or one of these hoodies, we are going to enter your name into a raffle, and we are going to be giving the lucky winner an SLX spin cast reel. So it gives you a little bit of incentive to buy one. Not only does it look pretty kick-arse, but you could win yourself a free rod. So that's you. Yeah, absolutely, Steve. I figure, if we have the ability to build these billboards to their size in entirety, we should at least have the common decency to, paste on a good ad or two. So absolutely. A few flakes this morning, Martine. Sick sweater. Thanks, Corey. As I say, one last cast. They're produced in Manitoba, which is right in the backyard of our good buddy Cameron, who's going to be coming on here real shortly. So if you're looking to buy one, go to One Last Cast, and you will see the CFN Signature Series hoodies. They are pretty something. I love it. And it's got a walleye in it. But we are going to be doing other species as well. So stay tuned to that each year. And if you put in the promo code, if you do buy one, put in the promo code, I want my CFN, all in capital letters, all together, no spaces. So I want my CFN, and the shipping's free as long as walleye season is open. And I believe it doesn't close here in Ontario until March. So as long as walleye are open, your shipping is free. Anyway, let's bring in the gourmet, the one and only, from Outdoor Canada and all kinds of platforms where he shares these delicious dishes. But I'll tell you, it's near and dear to my heart because he does it here with our CFN community, the one and only Cameron Tait. How you doing, sir?
Hey, good. How are you?
Oh, I tell you, living the dream now. I couldn't be. If I was any better, Cameron, I'd be you.
Yeah. You know what? Every time you give me that glorious entrance, my wife Sandy over here, she just rolls her eyes, like I'm going to have to deal with that after the show.
You know what? Soak it all in. This is free, Cameron. It's free. You got to earn your stripes in your own house. But here at CFN, you've already earned them, and we're just happy that we could share a little bit of Cameron Tait time. That's all.
Earn my stripes in my house. I'm going to make that a billboard now.
Yeah, well, careful with that. You don't want to, it'll become infectious. And then, husbands are going to hate us all over the world. So we have, we have a dish that I know it was amazing that you were able to do this. And of course, everything is last minute. So I appreciate you getting it all together as you are. Obviously, you know, not to say I'm not a Leaf fan, but some things are more important. And obviously you're not, because you're sitting here with us doing this on a Thursday where the Leafs could possibly be moving on to the second round with a win tonight. But for our CFN community, I can't thank you enough for doing this. And what have we got in store tonight?
Well, before we get to the dish, let's just make a motto or a pact. Now that, you know, I think that the Leafs are going to be playing the Jets, let's still remain friends after. Okay?
That's a guarantee, because the one thing that we do have in common is we love fishing. So if we can't talk hockey, at least we can talk fishing. And speaking of fishing, your opener, you and Brennan put on quite the show, and we appreciate the release videos that you sent us. But dude, those were some hefty looking walleye.
Yeah, you know what? It was the Sunday. Saturday, we went to one location and we targeted some pike and bass, and we did really well. I dropped a couple big fish, you know, that were walleye. But anyways, I got over that. And then on Sunday, we went to another place, and it was a tough bite. And I actually did a reply post to actually a friend of mine in Winnipeg here. And he was asking about, you know, what and how and everything. And with the electronics, and, you know, my hummingbirds are fantastic. And we were looking side scan, down scan. We couldn't find any bait. We couldn't find any fish for probably around 4 hours or around there. And then, and we tried shallow, really shallow. We tried deeper, and we tried, and it's just kind of a big basin, Lake Winnipeg. And so Brennan said at one point, he said, look at the seagulls over there. You know, they're obviously feeding on bait fish, you know, so we moved over probably maybe around 50 yards from where we were. And we started marking some fish, and it was bang, bang, bang. And we caught, I think it was 4 masters that day. The smallest master was 28 and a half. The largest was just shy under 30. And those are the massive breeders. You know, 1, 2, 300,000 eggs. I don't know how many are in each one of those walleye. They're big females. They hadn't dropped their eggs yet. It was really obvious. And
oh, really? They hadn't dropped. Okay, well, is it a late spawn for you this year, or is that normal?
We had a great March, you know, and then April was the pits. Beginning of May was quite cool. And we had fished, it was in Lac du Bonnet on the Saturday. It was 48 degrees and 52 in some areas. And when we went to Lake Winnipeg, it was 42 degrees.
Wow.
So, but the thing is, you know, we catch those, and I don't know why I said, let's get a release video on this one for Scotty and CFN. We've got to get it in, get that quick picture, and get it back within a minute. That's usually our goal. And I would like to take some more pictures of that, but Brennan will tell me, he said, okay, let's get it back, you know, when it's getting to that a minute. And the funny thing is I took some pictures, and the editor, sorry, the artistic editor, Sandra, at Outdoor Canada, she said, you want to be on the camera, on the cover, you got to take your sunglasses off. And if you notice on Outdoor Canada, if there is a cover shot with anyone on there, they never have their sunglasses on. So from now on, I'm shooting for the cover. So hopefully that happens.
Well, we're gunning for you, Cameron. And I have one question. Actually, Sean and I have a question. Is fishing in your nature?
I don't know. I think so.
Yeah. Where did you pick that up? That's is that an Outdoor Canada feature, signature series?
This is Patrick, the editor from Outdoor Canada. He sent me this one here. Only one. I think it's a limited edition of maybe one. I don't know. But I wear this in some of the videos that I do, some of the cooking videos. There's actually I don't know if I talked about it last time. I think I shot that about 2 months ago, is a whitefish burger recipe. And I think I know I posted a picture of that one. So that one's coming up really, really soon. And it's really highly underutilized fish, you know. And we caught that in the winter time, and I put it in my freezer because I knew basically a year ago that these are the dishes that I want to do for the magazine. And 4 months later, 5 months later, you know, sometimes the fish is not that fresh, but it looks great in the pictures.
There you go. That's all that matters.
What was the other dish that I just did last week? It was oh god.
Oh yeah. Was that for Jim's magazine, or was that for Outdoor Canada as well?
No, Jim is a fish snob, and he only wants fish recipes in his magazine. You know, so typically what we do with the magazine is, you know, I select the recipes a year in advance based on the season. So we're already shooting, you know, venison for the fall, and that was Sandy. What was that dish? Venison what? I don't know. Sometimes it goes on. You know, I forget what I did like yesterday, but
it's all the fumes. It's all the fumes.
We've got a moose shepherd's pie that I'm going to be doing probably in the next couple of weeks as well. And so it's always very season specific of what we're doing. So when the magazine comes out, boom, you're right into hunting season, and then you're into big game season, and then ice fishing recipes. And so that's how we do it.
Good question. Tony's asking here about vacuum sealing your game or your catch. Do you vacuum seal all of what you fillet and carve?
I vacuum. I used to. I need to get another vacuum machine, but what I do is the whitefish was probably 20 inches, so I need to do a video of the filleting and how to do that. So I need to keep it whole. I wrap it in the bag and keep it as good as I can. The other ones I'll fillet and do other things with, but I need to keep about two completely just sort of how they are, so people can see how to do a whitefish.
Right. And Barry asked a question, and you're close, Barry. Cameron doesn't own his own restaurant. Definitely, he probably could without any problem. But tell people what you do for a living that allows you to continue your culinary prowess.
So I'm the culinary director at an assisted living here in Winnipeg. We have 225 residents. We serve about 700 meals a day. I manage 45 staff. It's a busy place, and it's been a very busy place for COVID for the last year and a half. We haven't had a COVID case in the building since end of November, and we worked really hard at that. So I do that, and it gives me a lot of freedom. I taught 11 years culinary arts at Red River College. Before that, I worked at 2 private country clubs for a total of 18 years there. And when I was there, I did a lot of traveling. I was a part of, I don't know how many, 1, 2, 3, 4 culinary teams. We traveled to the Olympics 4 times, 5 times in Germany, in Luxembourg, and in the States. And I did that for probably around 14 years, competing nationally and internationally. And the last time I was there, it was 2004. I can't even believe it was that long ago. Very, very demanding and an awesome experience. Got my gold medal that I worked very hard for, and then I'm all about goals, so I'm just like, okay, got a gold medal, now what do I do?
Well, listen, what you have achieved here as the honorary CFN chef probably has to be your most highly esteemed honor.
Without a doubt.
accreditation. You know, like it doesn't get any better than that. So, you know, on that note, we're gonna let you do what you do best. We're gonna sit back and we're gonna watch. We're gonna make the pan the main feature so everybody can see what it is we're doing. But it's starting fairly basic. Tell us how we're starting out this recipe, Cameron.
Sure. I'm just cutting some peppers right now. You can't really see right here. Did you see my little video of my onion?
Yes,
my
I did.
Slicing?
Yes.
See, I got all my fingers.
Yeah, Tony asked. He said, "Please tell me he's got all his digits," and he does. Yes, Tony, he does.
This was a dish that I did for Outdoor Canada a couple of years ago, and it was for the winter edition. So the concept is that you can catch your fish, clean it, and cook these dishes right on the ice. And it was a perch paella. And a paella, you know, basically is a rice, seafood, vegetable dish. But I don't know if I've talked to you about this before, but many people that I work with in the past, that this is how a paella is. There's no variance or no deviation from a traditional recipe. And I always said, well, why not? You know, if it looks good and it tastes good and the customer's happy, and if it isn't 100% the exact dish, then really who cares? You know, Amen. So, and some people, they say, oh, you know, the recipe has these ingredients and I don't have this one, I don't have this one, oh, I can't make it. So I'm going to show you this recipe here. It is using walleye. See if I can do this. Ooh, I'm going to get it. So this is a walleye that we caught, and I've kept this on ice in our fridge downstairs for this event. And but you can use any kind of fish, and even if you want to use shrimp, you can do shrimp. You can do clams. You can do salmon. But with this one here, we talked about many times before about flavor profiling, and no, we have, right?
Oh, at great length. And Tony, to answer your question, Cameron cooks. He doesn't eat. That's why he's not chubby. Just putting that.
My daughter called me chubby. I don't know if you can.
You can tell. You can tell who the eaters are and who the cookers are, who the chefs are. Yeah, make no mistake about it.
My daughter last winter, and yeah, I put on a couple pounds over the winter in COVID, and she walked by me and she goes, "Hey, Tubby." I was like, wow. What?
Well, you know what? Invite me over one night and she'll have something to talk about. I'll tell you. She won't be talking about you.
And she's not living here anymore. So.
Oh, you threw her out? That's a little harsh.
No, she moved in with her boyfriend. And okay. But she's doing great. She's doing really, really good.
Fantastic. That's good.
So, talking about flavors, and so this paella, you can do a lot of different things. You can use smoked paprika. You can use Cajun spice. You can use a lot of different things. So if we take a look at these different flavors, I don't even know which one I'm going to use yet. This damn camera. Okay.
I'll tell you, I know what my favorites are, and you're holding two of them when it comes to bait to go outdoor flavors. And as I said, we're going to have Stuart on. I know he's in the background watching right now. I do know what his fit. Well, even the beer batter. But
so what I'll do is, through a process of elimination, of maybe what we want is flavors to make sense. So a beer batter, there's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't go. Remove it. So now we've got lemon, pepper, dill. So if you go lemon, pepper, and then if you've got chorizo. So now if you've got like dill and chorizo, the dill is going to just totally overpower it. This one's out. So now we've got a roasted garlic and then the crispy Cajun. This one here. Oh. The Cajun is beautiful. I love this. I really love this product. And I just made that last week as well. But the roasted garlic, butter, and chive, that works. Roasted garlic, tomato, chorizo, onion, red pepper, tomato sauce. It's a home run.
There you go.
So that's sometimes how I come up with different dishes, but really, if you only have that one, use it. Someone's not going to say, well, this dill is actually contrasting with the chorizo and the caraway seeds. Give me a break.
Or they might spend the rest of their lives living with their boyfriend.
Yeah. So I've got a cast iron pan here, and I actually made this dish and shot it in the cast iron pan. Cast iron pans are amazing for this because it keeps the heat. And it's good for you because it actually releases, some of the iron, and we all need iron in our foods and our blood, right? So
I did not know that. That's interesting.
Okay, so we've got walleye here, and again, cooking is all about just having fun. So I've got 4 fillets here. So Madison isn't here. It's only Sandy and I. So you can make more of this, and then you can put it in the fridge and eat it another day. But if I'm going to be cooking for 4, I'm going to be using 4 nice fillets like this. So that's roughly about a 3.5 ounce fillet. So if you go 3, 6, 9, 12, it's roughly 12 or 14 ounces. So if you don't have a scale, that's the easy way to do it. So what I'm going to do is, I want to take these and dice them into chunks, nice 1-inch chunks like that. If I take them and chop them up in all little pieces, I'm not going to be able to see, there's that nice fish, or there's this one that, so it's gone, right? So I like identity when you're eating and cooking something. So what I'm going to do is, so I'll use this roasted garlic, and what we want to do is get the flavor of the fish. We're going to sear it in some olive oil, and we're going to take it out, and then I'm going to tell you why. Why is that? Why is that, Scotty?
Dude, I'm listening. I'm being very attentive right now. I'm in, I don't know. It's like a culinary heaven when we have you on. I do have a couple questions here. To me, I love cutting it into chunks because you get the most amount of flavor covering the piece of meat. That's why I like the chunks.
That's pretty good. It's all about developing flavor, and then because if I take this, if I put it in here and then and I don't sear it, you're not really getting a lot of flavor. So if I add all of these ingredients all in at once and I bring it to a boil and I put a cover on, there's no flavor of the chorizo, there's no flavor of the onions, there's no flavor of anything, right? So it's almost like a poached chicken breast, versus a barbecue chicken breast. We have some pickerel cheeks. We'll add there. Okay, so
yes,
what I'll do is,
Chuck D, I am hungry. You're right. You get captivated. I'm telling you, I literally sit back, and if it weren't for the fact that I have a live broadcast here, this would almost put me to sleep. It's so soothing. Having somebody cook for you, speak about what it is. It is. It's
boring.
Right on. Oh, let me switch that over. Let's get the close up of that. There you go.
It's funny how it's always reversed, right? This camera is. Well, they're both different. They're both.
And that's all the oil you're going to need? That little bit?
That's it. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take this one here. We'll toss it in the lemon dill seasoning. Nice. And what it's going to do is going to add some flavor to it. But we want to cook this. We just want to sear it.
Cameron, is there a good recipe for walleye Caesar salad that you would share with your CFN family's cooks?
Yeah, make a Caesar salad and
walleye. There you go. Right on. And have you tried outdoor flavors with wild game yet?
No, actually, I have not.
There you go. All right. Good questions, Richard and Sally. Appreciate that. Popcorn walleye is yummy. It certainly is, Sean. As I said, everyone who knows when I do the walleye, I like cutting it into the little chunks as Cameron has done here. For no other reason, especially when it comes to the outdoor flavors, you get more flavors per ounce of fish when they're in small little cubes like this.
So I've got it on a medium-high heat. This is going to cook really, really quick. And what we're going to do is, in the pan, you're going to have all of these flavors, and we're going to take it out and then add the chorizo.
So, going forward, anybody who doesn't eat before one of these segments, I'm going to make it almost mandatory that you do, because I haven't had dinner yet, and this is difficult to get through. I'm just saying.
It's 7:30 here, and I've had I got home around 5 o'clock. I had a drink and I had a few chips and dip, because I know I was going to have this one after.
Wow.
Okay, so if you take a look at it, can you see it okay? So you're developing flavor. So it's the caramelization of the proteins, and that's where you're going to get your flavor. Don't overcook it, because, we're going to be putting it back in after, and even the dog she's sniffing here.
I was going to say, it's a good thing that dog walks on 4 legs, because if he or she walked on 2, all that walleye would be gone.
Well, yeah, she's right here, and she definitely wants it. So now what we're going to do is let's add in the chorizo. So the chorizo has a nice amount of fat in it. And we're going to pick up all the flavor from the dish here.
And where's a good place to get chorizo, Cameron, if you're looking to buy some?
Well, I don't go shopping. I hate going to Safeway, and that's what my lovely wife does, all the shopping of the groceries. She buys this at Sobeys or Safeway.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter where you get it. Okay, good to know.
That's all I do all day is, shop and buy food and comparison shop, and I've got a $500,000 budget, every year just for food only. So
yeah,
I get pretty tired of it.
I get it. Yeah. So a big shout out from our CFN community to Sandy, who has managed, other than the walleye, perhaps, put all of this together for us. What I'm trying to do is teach you how to earn your stripes, Cameron. This is how you earn your stripes.
She's just shaking right now.
I know. She's not the only lady that does that tonight, I'll tell you.
Half an onion. And we've got leeks. So leeks are a little bit milder. I just cut them in like little thin rounds like this.
Nice. So chorizo. Chorizo. Explain what chorizo is, Cameron.
So a chorizo is an Italian sausage, and it has garlic and caraway, and it can have all different kinds of spices. But the main one is it's a pork, and it has a high concentration of pork fat. And it's one of my absolute favorite sausages. My wife just made a really great pasta last night with just sauteed chorizo and meat sauce, and I was actually lucky that I found a few more of these. We had talked about doing this dish, about 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And I think I need to put it on my calendar, because, when you messaged me last night, hey, we're on for tomorrow night. Yep. Yeah, we're all good.
Oh, man. That's good times. Good. That's funny stuff. Now, Sean's asking, is walleye your favorite fish to cook, or have you got a favorite fish to cook?
Salmon is really my top, one. I really love that. It is so versatile. And the thing is, you can eat it You can eat it medium rare or medium. Coming from salt water, it's, you know, we eat sashimi and sushi and everything else. Walleye is also very versatile as well. It can adapt to many different flavors. What else? What else? Halibut. Halibut is
really hard to look at.
Halibut is really, really amazing. It's really expensive, you know, to buy fresh halibut, but that one is a powerhouse, you know, for flavors. You can even pair it, you know, with different kinds of meat and wild mushrooms, and you can get really crazy and pair it with like oxtail and Tony's favorite bacon and all that other stuff. It adapts to so many flavors. Okay, so now we're gonna add in our garlic. Don't add it in too soon because it'll burn instantly. Yeah, it kind of smells good.
I can only imagine. Holy crap.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in red peppers. So it's 1 red pepper. And really, I'm not gonna add, you know, very much salt to this at all.
Would there be much already in the chorizo?
The chorizo definitely has a good amount of salt in it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, so we've got 1 cup of rice here. So something like this, you know, it's normally 1 cup of rice to 1.5 cups of water or stock or whatever. If it's a long grain rice, you can do 2 to 1, or if it's a brown rice, 2 to 1. Because this pan's a little bit smaller, actually, so I'm gonna do half. We'll do a 1/2 cup. And what you want to do now is you want to take the fats and stir it all around the rice, and it's sort of like a pilaf style. And a pilaf is any long grain rice that is sauteed in fat with the addition usually of vegetables, and then a stock, and then it's baked in the oven. So that's a pilaf.
Holy smokes. I mean, a show of hands who could eat that right now and be happy. I for one, absolutely.
The rice is raw though.
I don't care. I wouldn't care. Honestly, that just looks delicious right now.
Okay, 1 cup of chicken stock, 1 cup of tomato puree. Tomato sauce is fine. And then if you want, you can add, Sandy gave me this for,
hang
on.
No, we're going back and forth. Who's going to win? All right, there we go. To your right. Keep going right. There you go. Chipotle.
This is so hard to get used to, no matter how many times I do it.
I know.
So Sandy got me an advent calendar of hot sauces. So this is a chipotle. So chipotle, sausage, pepper, tomato, it totally makes sense.
Okay, hold on a sec. An advent calendar of spices.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauces.
Yeah.
Where, Sandy, do you get such an advent calendar? Because I want one.
Where? Grocery store. Oh, the grocery store.
Grocery store. Wow. Who knew?
They have alcohol ones too.
So
brilliant.
I got bunch. Hold on. So I got a picante style. I got a habanero, another chipotle, jalapeno, garlic oil. So they came in all these little dishes, and she's way more creative than I am when it comes to gifts, and that's a well-known fact.
Well done, Sandy. Yeah.
Okay,
Advent
so what I'm
calendar.
going to do is I'm going to get the fish in here. I'm just going to talk about one more thing, and then you can go. if you want to add salt, there's all different kinds of flavored salts. So that one is sort of like a hickory smoked salt. That would be amazing. There's a truffle one here. I wouldn't add truffle because it's a little bit more delicate. It would be totally overpowered by the chorizo. And these are like winners and home scents and stuff like that. They're kind of fun. So I'm only going to add half of the salt of what I want to, because I can add salt in later on, but I can't take it out.
Good point. Well.
Okay, so now it's coming to a boil. I'm going to take our seared fish. Nestle it. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take this. It's a lid that is actually made for this cast iron pan. It's a Cabela's one. And it's, I guess 10 means 10 inch. And it fits beautifully on here. But the trick is you have to turn this down now.
Now, at this stage, could you do one of two things, what you're doing now, or could you put it in the oven as well?
Oh, absolutely. You know what? I should have turned on the oven. It would be a little bit easier. In this kind of presentation, yeah, totally. You know, I can cook it on this. It would be perfect in the oven as well.
Sean, I'm with you, buddy.
I'm going to add in right at the very end. But essentially, that is it for a paella. Again, you can use all different kinds of seafood. Just make sure that your flavors go well together. You can add wine. You can add like a white wine. Chardonnay wouldn't be great with this. It's a little bit more sweeter. A Pinot Blanc would be nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that simmer for probably 20 minutes. So you can.
All right, perfect. That's a fantastic segue. It's almost as if we planned this like weeks ahead of time. That's a wonderful segue. So we're going to come back to Cameron. He's going to show us the end result of this incredible dish. And I'll be honest with you, show of hands, it was unanimous, Cameron. We would eat it right now as is. And even if the rice is raw, I really couldn't care. But anyway, we will come back to you. We're going to be talking to Stuart about our CFN Cook-Off. But before we do, here is a word from our sponsor.
When it comes to Canadian food, we've got your back with flavors like lemon pepper, beer batter, campfire barbecue, lemon pepper dill, garlic butter and chives, and crispy Cajun. We've got a mix for every meal. Whether you're serving East Coast shrimp, West Coast salmon, succulent walleye, chicken wings, or veggies, we've got you covered. Coat your food in outdoor flavors. Available online or at these fine retailers.
Well, Stuart, I don't know if you managed to get through that. I saw you leave a couple times. Did you have to go grab something to eat? Because this is just torturous for me to sit through these dishes that Cameron does on an empty stomach. So for all those who had to do it as well, you know, I'm with you. You are preachers of the converted. Anyway, great meeting you, seeing you in person, having you on live. But you have come here with a mission. But before we get to that, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you're affiliated with Bait to Go Outdoor Flavors.
All right. So my name is Stuart Brown. I've been in the food service industry for about 30 years. I'm cut from very much the same fabric as Cameron. Everything he's doing, I'm just, well done. Awesome. Love to see it. I've worked my way up through the ranks, starting as a dishwasher, moving to a cook and so forth. My current role now is National Director of Operations Excellence for a Canadian food service company. It's a very, very busy role. I look after accounts all over Canada, help out opening accounts, designing menus all over Canada. About 2 years ago, maybe just a little bit more than 2 years ago, I got a message from another chef friend of mine who's on the West Coast that a company local to my area, Bait to Go, was looking for a chef to design some seasoned coating mixes. So that's basically where it all started. I bought into the company as a partner, and we developed flavors together. And here we are today, 2 years later. And
well, listen, your buy-in has certainly taken the flavors and the final product to the next level. And I will say this in front of our CFN community: thanks so much for your involvement in this. One thing that I truly enjoy about the Bait to Go, as opposed to some of the other mixes that are out there, of course, is it's low in sodium. And it is fresh and organic ingredients. There's no MSG, no other preservatives. It's the real stuff. It's the real goods.
Yeah, that's the key for us, was not only to be a local, Canadian, but Ontario, and to develop a recipe that was low in sodium, but does not compromise flavor. There's no artificial flavors. We don't hide behind MSG or added salt to try and boost that flavor. If you want to add a little bit more salt to it, that's fine. But opposed to the leading people in our category, leading companies in our category, we are much, much lower in sodium, which is this day and age hugely important.
Absolutely, because there's enough bad stuff out there as it is. We don't need any more in the good stuff of outdoor flavors. So good on you for doing that, and for your entire team. And we are, I tell you, just honored to have you guys on as partners with CFN and the CFN Fish-Off. You have been there right from the start, and we can't thank you enough for your support.
Excellent. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Right on. So you have come on here with a mission, and the mission is this: we are launching the CFN Cook-Off, sponsored by, of course, Outdoor Flavors. And our good buddy Stuart is going to tell us how, where of what's going to be going on in the next couple of months.
Okay, I'm just trying to share my screen here. Bear with me because my link is not coming up for some reason. Not really sure why, because we had it working before. But
so go to share. And then what'll pop up, you share screen, obviously you share screen, and then you get the choices. Remember, across the top, the entire screen window.
It's just not coming up under window.
Oh, it's not coming up.
No, but I do have it open. Yeah. So let me just try something here.
Okay. In the meantime, I could see Cameron in the background. That is still under heat, and he is going to be showing us the final result in the pan. But thanks so much for everyone who has joined us tonight. I see Jim. Yeah, where's my shrimps? It's walleye tonight, Jim, but we'll get to shrimp. I'm sure Cameron will do a shrimp recipe for you one of these days if he hasn't already. Who's the turtle whisperer? Is that you, Chuck D? He's from Elliott. Oh, are you from Elliott Lake, Stuart?
Yes, sir. And I remember you, Chucky. I miss you, buddy.
Right
remember
on.
Something called the Boney, which was an elbow move back when we were kids. So it was something of a wrestling move. Hopefully you're chuckling now. We need to connect at some point.
That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah. I grew up in Elliott Lake, and you know what? No better place on the planet if you love the outdoors. I mean, there was fishing and hunting at your doorstep, literally. And, I was the kind of kid growing up that didn't trade hockey cards. We got our tackle boxes out. We traded fishing lures. Right. So it's just how it was.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't have so you're not having any luck bringing it up?
No, for some reason it's not coming up. Yet I have it up on my computer here. So
I'm wondering if I can open a tab. Bear with us, folks, because we want you to see this.
I can talk through it if we need to, but it'd be nice to be able to share it.
Nice
we'll post it on the website as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, geez, that's too bad. Let's see here. Can I go down See photos and pull it up as a
Yes,
photo.
ma'am.
Let us see here. Okay. Share screen. Yeah. Window. Okay. Let's see here. When that window comes up.
Yeah, it's not coming up for me for some reason.
Okay, so I don't know what folks can see. Hopefully they can see this. Unfortunately, I don't have a double screen, so I don't know if you guys are giving me a thumbs up or if you can hear me. Can you hear me, Stuart?
Yeah, I can hear you and I can see it. It is a little bit tinier, but you know what? We'll talk our way through it.
Okay.
And what we'll do is we will post the PDF on all of the Facebook pages, Outdoor Flavors, CFN, Cooking with CFN, etc. So
okay, so let's go through it step by step. Number one, each flavor will have a 2-week cycle for video recipe submission. Now, it says here that there's unlimited entries allowed. Tell us a little bit about that, Stuart.
okay, so what we're looking for is engagement. We don't want you to be shy. If you've got a bunch of different ideas and you got a little bit of time, have a little bit of fun with it. Like Scotty was saying, we've got 6 different flavors. We're gonna keep the window open. We have a schedule down below that we'll go through after, starting with beer batter. We're gonna keep that window open for video submissions for 2 weeks. And each person can, if you want to upload 100 videos, video recipes, that's fantastic. We'll take them and they will make it into the judging categories.
Very cool. Now, at number 2 here, video recipes will be judged on the following criteria. Speak about the originality aspect.
Okay, so originality, and I fully realize the stream that we're on, the family, Canadian Fishing Network, but I do not want you to feel that you're pigeonholed into using only fish or seafood. Our product can be used on absolutely everything from wild game. The question came up earlier. I have used it on wild game. I've tested it on all kinds of things. Chicken wings, mixing it into your potatoes, Duchesne potatoes. Just, we want you to be creative, think outside of the box, and be original. Now, that's not to say you don't have to use it on fish or seafood. We welcome all recipes and all different techniques. I'm really looking forward to seeing what people come up with.
And the next one, obviously, it's a great segue right into you're looking for interesting creativity along with it.
Absolutely. I kind of dove into that on the originality. I got a little excited there, but creativity. Think outside of the box. I've seen over the last year and a bit with CFN, some of the stuff that people are posting, even on the Cooking with CFN Facebook page, outstanding stuff that I wouldn't even dream of. I wouldn't even think of. And it's like, wow, that is just awesome. Awesome. That's the kind of stuff we want to see. It excites us. This is kind of content we want.
And speaking to that, of course, is presentation. As you said, the originality, the creativity definitely are big thirds of what we're looking for when it comes to the complete pie presentation. Does video quality factor into that, Stuart?
Not necessarily. You know what? You can use a phone if you want. You'll have to do a little bit of editing. It doesn't say it in the rules, but if you can keep the video between 2 and 4 minutes, just little clips. But we want to make sure that there's enough of the instructions embedded into the video or through your descriptions as you're doing it, that if somebody wanted to duplicate it, they could duplicate it very easily.
Right on.
Yeah, the whole goal is to help build our database with our YouTube channel with recipes and stuff. So, it's all about the bragging rights. What kind of dishes can you come up with?
So really, that's the essence of all this. Is it's basically an electronic cookbook, and we want you guys to be in it. So be creative, be original, and give us something that gives us a reaction of, oh my, why didn't I think of that? And as you've mentioned already, there's quite a few of them that already have. So hopefully they can keep up the great work. Number 3, judging and video reviews will be performed within 1 week following each 2-week flavor block. So in case anybody doesn't understand that, Stuart, can you explain that?
Yeah, absolutely. So after you'll see the schedule and it'll be posted on all the Facebook pages. Just to give you an example, the beer batter promotion campaign will run from May 29th to June 11th, 2 weeks. Within 1 week after that, the judges, which will be myself, Cameron, and Brad, will get together, review all of the video submissions, and come up with a winner for that 2-week block, or that flavor block, if you will.
Right on. I don't know why I didn't try this earlier, but I can.
Oh, well, there you go. Perfect.
I don't know why I didn't even think of that. So I apologize.
Let's see if we can get some thumbs up in the feed. I don't see any of the comments or feeds, but
yeah, I can't see it either when I'm on the page. So I'm in the same position you are. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of doing this earlier. So everybody, you can take off your magnifying glasses. Scotty figured it out finally. Number 4, 1 winner for each of the 6 outdoor flavors based on flavor block scheduled video submissions. So that's a tongue twister. Can you explain?
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to jump right into the schedule just so you get a feel for it. So we have 6 flavors, and this is going to be sort of an all summer promotion. So of the 6 flavors, and yeah, there's the schedule there. Perfect. So we're going to start with beer batter between May 29th and June 11th. Right next to that, June 12th to June 25th will be the lemon pepper. June 26th to June 9th will be the crispy Cajun. July 10th to July 23rd, roasted garlic butter and chives. July 24th to August 13th, lemon pepper dill. And August 14th to August 27th, campfire barbecue. So basically what we're going to do is the judging is going to happen after every 2-week block or every flavor. And each one of the selected winners, there will be one absolute winner for every flavor in that 2-week block. And they will get a prize package of their outdoor flavors recipe will be featured first and foremost on our YouTube channel. So you get the bragging rights there. We will get you an Outdoor Flavors branded t-shirt. Now, we're not mass producing those. So once we define the winner, we're going to contact them and get the sizes so that we don't send someone like myself a small and look like I'm wearing a crop top. We want to make sure that you can get some fit, wear out of it. Now,
I think it's at this time, Stuart, we're supposed to say, and not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, I know. Yeah, I'm being sensitive, Scotty. I know.
Yes,
we're one and the same. I mean, yeah, I'm not one of the skinny chefs.
No,
I may not be in the kitchen all the time now, but anyway, COVID hasn't been that nice to me.
Well, outside of Cameron, you've come to the right place, dude.
Absolutely.
We're all large here at CFN. In fact, I think somebody at some point said the F in CFN does that mean like fat? Is that why you have the F there? No, it's fishy, believe it or not. But anyway, number. So there's a whack of prizes that you guys see there. A branded ball cap, branded buff. I love the buff. Actually, Pete Leduc showed me one of the outdoor.
Yes, it's the same one. So that's for the prize. That's the prizing for the overall winner. So just for the 2-week block, every person will get a chance to win, or we'll get on the YouTube channel with their recipe, the branded t-shirt, and 2 Outdoor Flavors coating mixes of their choice.
Beautiful.
The overall winner after the 3-month promotion, or all 6 flavors have been done, we're going to debate and come up with an ultimate winner, and we'll feature all of their videos on our YouTube channel. And we'll set them all up with the original bait to go bait bucket, 2 gel packs, a pair of lip grips, Outdoor Flavors branded ball cap, Outdoor Flavors branded buff. Pat, I'm not sure if you're listening. I'm still laughing at that neck tube. Anyone that doesn't know what a buff is, Pat described it as a neck tube. Good on you, Pat, because I'm still laughing.
As long as you didn't say halter top, because I've seen it used as a halter top too before. So.
I'd like to see a picture of that.
Well, I'm sure Moose has one. I don't want to share it with our CFN community.
Oh, gotcha.
It's awkward.
An Outdoor Flavors branded polo shirt, and all 6 of the Outdoor Flavors seasoned coating mixes. And then, of course, 1 year bragging rights to creating the best outdoor flavors cooking inspiration.
Beautiful. So we'll get down here to the finer point. Note, all video submissions will become the property of Outdoor Flavors, a division of Bake to Go. So anything that is done, as I said, hopefully it will be added to the electronic cookbook. You'll be added to the YouTube channel that Bake to Go is running for their Outdoor Flavors. But yes, that is very, very cool. If there is any other questions or concerns, please reach out to either Stuart or myself, but this PDF file will be shared on Cooking with CFN as well as the Bake to Go Outdoor Flavors page. So we will have
and we have a dedicated Outdoor Flavors website now as well, which is outdoorflavors.net. And there is a direct link on that page to the YouTube channel. We've only got 3 videos up there so far, so we're looking at building the content. Really, really hoping for a lot of engagement. I want people to get excited. I'm excited to see what kind of stuff everyone's going to come up with because, it's what I've seen so far is just unreal. Really is.
That's awesome. A couple questions here in the comment section. One of which is, hi, Stuart, did you live on Lausanne? Is that how you say it? Lausanne?
Lausanne? Nope. No. I'm assuming they meant while I was in Elliott Lake.
Correct.
I lived in the new subdivision for the first 5 years or so on St. Camillus, and then I was on Mississauga Street, and then Hillside, and I left in '94, I believe.
So the one question here, what can folks do if they're looking to add flavors together?
Oh boy.
Does there have to be more than one and not as much of the other?
Yeah, it's all based on percentages, and I can tell you it'll be awfully hard to crack the code, but we have a customer that we've designed. Actually, JR took the flavors and designed based on percentages, and he came up with an all-dressed version. And it's going to be dedicated just for this one supplier once it launches, branded under their name, and it's unbelievable. It is absolutely bang on to all dressed. Yeah, so JR just
okay. So I mean, wow. If Bake to Go Outdoor Flavors wasn't good enough already, it's just gone to the next level. That sounds amazing. The all dress.
One more thing, Scotty, just as I guess an announcement, side note, we've also developed 3 gluten-free flavors, and they should be coming out in the next couple of months, which is fantastic because one of our partners actually is gluten intolerant, and he's never been able to eat the outdoor flavors. He's just, got to see at the shows and hear all the very positive feedback. But as we sort of worked our way through the sampling and the whole process to get this into production, he's got to taste, what it actually tastes like. And, he said for the first time in his life, it's not like eating cardboard. It's just absolutely outstanding for a gluten-free product.
Absolutely. Well, that's fantastic. And for all those out there who are gluten-free, that's a great alternative to have. So good on you for thinking of everyone when it comes to producing this incredible product. So to answer your question, for all those who have answered or asked this question, and it wasn't just one, it was a bunch of you, if you do put flavors together, it has to be one, whatever flavor it is that week or that block, it has to be more of that flavor than the other one.
It should be the dominant. Absolutely. Make it the dominant flavor for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Hashtag. Oh, yes. Do you have to hashtag the video to either page? Great question, Tony.
I would suggest absolutely hashtag it to both pages. It's all about impressions and getting it out there, sharing it. You know what? I mean, it's not just for outdoor flavors. It's for CFN as well. You know what? Let's get this. And the more people share, the more impressions you get, the bigger you get, the more notoriety you get. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. So the more pages, the better. Absolutely, Tony. The key, though, I will say, is if you could hashtag the flavor. So whatever video it is that you're doing for that block, it would be a good idea to hashtag the flavor that's in your recipe, so that we can make sure when we go back and put the entire electronic cookbook together, we know which spice is which, without having to watch the video itself. Do you have to name the dish? Interesting question, Sean.
Yeah, you know what? That's let's just say there's bonus points for that. We didn't factor it into the judging, but let's say there's bonus points. I mean, that's part of creativity, right? You know, really at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can take any classic dish, really, and incorporate outdoor flavors to it. It doesn't have to be, you know, a brand new recipe. It could be a recipe reinvented.
Right on. Well, I appreciate you coming on here and doing this, Stuart. Again, technical difficulties for everyone who is that had to watch this, and I couldn't figure out how to make it bigger and all that other nonsense. We apologize, but the PDF file will be shared on both Cooking with CFN as well as the Bait to Go Outdoor Flavor Facebook page. So I invite you to go there. If you didn't catch any of the rules or what you need to do to submit and qualify. But on behalf of our community, again, Stuart, thanks so much for being
Not a problem. And if there's
yeah, absolutely. Your support is very much appreciated, my friend.
not a problem. If there's ever any questions, it's very simple. Stuart@baittogo.com.
Right on. And there's the website. That is the website. If you are looking to purchase outdoor flavors, you have the ability to do so with the Scotty Pack. That's all 6 flavors. It includes a few items, not just the flavors themselves, and it's $65 with shipping included all across Canada. So if it's not in a local store near you, which I'd be really surprised at this point because it seems to be everywhere. Every time I flick on Facebook, it's in another store. It's available through me. So make sure if you want some, reach out to me on Messenger and I'll make sure I set you up with a Scotty Pack.
It's always best to support CFN first.
Amen, brother. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks so much for doing this, Stuart. Have a great night.
Thank you and have a good night, all.
Okay,
Look
buddy.
forward to seeing the videos.
Right on. Back with CT. Fishing, it's my nature. Cooking is my passion. How you doing? Oh, unfortunately,
You know what? I haven't dove into this creation. It smells really good. Again, it's all about just having fun and yeah, you know, the roasted garlic to go is really, really nice. I haven't used it yet, but I'm pretty impressed by it. Okay, you want it on this camera?
yeah, I'm gonna put it there. It is. Do we do a drum roll?
A couple minutes ago, I sprinkled the green peas on there. They're obviously frozen, so you don't have to cook them. You just have to reheat them. Let's move this a little bit closer for the unveil. Oh, look at that.
I'm just doing a very quiet drum roll in the background, Cameron.
Okay, we'll open it this way.
Oh man. You've done it again.
So the rice is cooked really nicely. You know, the walleye, obviously, you know, it is cooked, but it's on the top and it's maintained, you know, the nice chunks to it. I do have to, can you grab me a spoon? And you always, of course, taste it, you know, before you serve it, you know, to your friends, family, customers, whatever. It's just interesting to see, you know, what the salt content is, if it needs any pepper or spice. I would say the seasoning on it right now is probably around 95%. So it could deal with you know, a little bit of salt that you can put on, but smells great, tastes good, and there you go.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. Yes, I don't know whose stomach is grumbling more, mine or the dog's behind you. Holy smokes. Well, Stuart said as well, well done, dude. I can't agree more, Stuart. That looks absolutely heavenly. and so easy. Like, I don't know how you do that, Cameron. You make it look so freaking easy.
Well, it's kind of my thing, right?
Yeah, I know.
Let's see if we're Remy. Come on, up.
Oh, here we go. The dog's going to eat before us. Well, Cameron, listen, for someone who put this together last minute, you've hit it out of the park yet again. Can't thank you enough for doing this, as always, dude.
Thanks. You know what? And I was actually texting my wife today, and I said, that saffron that we had. Remember that saffron we had 2 years ago? Like, where is that? And we've moved in the meantime, and she amazingly said it was in that plastic bin, that pull-out thing. You remember that you used to take, to that thing? And I'm like, yeah, I have no clue. I have no clue where that is. But
well, this one's for Sandy.
Saffron is a key ingredient in paella. Yeah, it's really expensive, and you only need like a few threads in there. Nothing in this world will replace the flavor and the smell of saffron. It's actually more expensive than gold per weight, and but it's not like the dish is ruined. It's got a lot of really great flavors. It's got the smokiness of the chipotle as well, and really it's a great alternative for a fried fish. But you can still use like a bait-to-go seasoning, but you don't necessarily have to fry it. And I made a dish similar to this. We did a show for Bob Azumi. And I think I did about 4 or 5 dishes. Actually, all of them weren't fried. They were all like a one-pot thing that, yeah, he really loved. That wasn't a fried fish. We all love fried fish, but sometimes, in this kind of a concept, it's nice, relatively light, and pretty darn healthy.
I couldn't agree more, dude. And also, something that we didn't mention, who our judges are for the CFN Cook-Off. And Cameron has happily and I've graciously offered his time to be one of our judges. So our judges, of course, are going to include Stewart Brown, who is a Red Seal chef, Cameron Tait, who is a Red Seal chef, and Brad Frost, who runs Happy Time Cooking. That page, he is signed on as well. So we have 3 judges that are going to be looking over your presentation, your originality, and your creativity, and basically give you a 1 thumbs up or 2, and we'll see who our winners are. So we're looking forward to that, Cameron. I'm
really, really happy to be a part of that, and thanks for asking me, and it's my pleasure. Right on. Well, listen, I'm going to let you get to it. I'm sure of the game, it's 3-2. Oh, wow. We're coming back. Well, listen, I want something that's very important is you can't leave food on the counter for too long and not offer it to your beloved wife, Sandy, who I want to thank for all of her IT prowess tonight. You really helped out in the nick of time. Yeah, and it's she's giving you a hug. And right this is kind of a cool concept, having the 2. But there was, obviously there's just sometimes that one little button that you don't click to make everything, happy together, and mics that aren't screaming. And but what I'm going to do, really, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to shoot this dish for Jim and Just Fishing. And who knows, you might see it in detail in an actual recipe in an upcoming issue. Fantastic. Well, I'll tell you, if you could click any button right now, it would be the one that's right in the middle of that pan, and I wouldn't stop. My finger would get sore. Cameron, as always, my friend, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for all you who watched and suffered through yet another torturous but delicious dish offered up by Cooking with Cameron. So we will see you again next Monday, and hopefully Cameron again maybe next month if he's not too busy. Yep, that sounds good. Right on, buddy. You take care. All the best, my friend. Cheers. Good show. Good show. All righty. So, again, thanks for everyone who showed up and spent some time. And keep in mind,
it is going to be the CFN Cook-Off very soon. So we want to see all your entries, all your delicious dishes, and of course your creativity, because there are some creative folks out here in our CFN community. Enjoy the game. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you Monday. All the best, guys. Peace.